What's up, everybody? Welcome to Extremely Decent Games, and welcome to Let's Hash It, episode 1.5, or half hash, if you will, because our co-host cannot be joining us. We had some audio issues we recorded prior to this, and some reason my side of the audio didn't show up, so I'm going to be re-recording without Nate just so we can get something out this week. It's going to be a little bit shorter of an episode, but still wanted to get something out. So without further ado, let's get into this open mic discussion where I just talk about, PlayStation news and some big games that are heading this way and, big expansions coming. So right off the top of the show, let's talk about the PlayStation Plus lineup that got leaked via Reddit. Apparently on the European PlayStation Plus site, they leaked that 3 games are going to be coming out for the PS4, which later got confirmed by Sony, and those 3 games are Nova 3, Nom Nom Galaxy, and Helldivers. So Nom Nom Galaxy and Nova 3 are both games that are made by, Pixel Junkie, and they are both smaller indie games, and they look like, both to be like puzzle type of games. Doesn't look like anything that I'm going to get to, as, space on my hard drive is quickly getting ate up. One game that I will be getting, however, is Helldivers. Now, about 4 days ago, I was looking to buy an indie game to hold me over until Far Cry Primal comes out, and one of those games I set out to buy was Helldivers, and when I went to the marketplace, I couldn't find the actual standard $20 edition. All I could find is the $40 remastered version and then a bunch of DLC. So I ended up choosing Resident Evil 0 instead, which turned to pay off because Helldivers is now free next month, and I cannot wait to play it. For those of you that don't know what this game is it's a top-down twin-stick shooter, and it's pretty cool. You can deploy turrets, and you have like shotguns, and the game looks super, super fun, especially if you're playing multiplayer. Co-op really gives this game some legs, and I can't wait to play it. I'm not going to speak too much on the other 2 games that come out. If you want to know what those games are all about, you can go to Google and find it on PlayStation Lifestyle very easily. Other thing I want to talk about today is the Dying Light DLC. It's going to be available February 9th. Something that just got announced yesterday was a new mode called Nightmare Mode. Basically, it just makes the game extremely hard, and if you're somebody that likes to ramp up the difficulty in games, and if you like the punishment, then this will probably be right up your alley. Another thing I wanted to mention about the Dying Light DLC is the upgradable buggy seems really cool. So what it is it's a Doom buggy, and you can upgrade the engine, you can upgrade the weapons. Some of the upgrades I saw on the weapons were you could have a flamethrower, you could turn the cage into like an electric fence, and like when zombies try to mount it, it electrocutes them. You can lay like landmines behind the Doom buggy, so any zombies that are behind you, it just literally blows them up and sends them flying like 30 feet into the air, which was hilarious. It did show a 2-man buggy where, the second player can, mount the back, and they can actually use their primary weapon while, riding in the buggy. From what I can tell from some videos I've seen, the mechanics look pretty solid. It handles pretty good from what I can tell. Hopefully that does end up being the case. So, that was a little bit on the Dying Light DLC coming out. Again, that's February 9th. Next thing I want to talk about is the Division beta. So, in order to access the beta, you need to either pre-order it for PS4 or Xbox One, and that'll give you a beta code and allow you to try out the multiplayer components of the Division. Well, it didn't take long for people to figure out how to exploit it and not have to pre-order the game. So basically, on the PS4 end of things, all you have to do is go into the marketplace, pre-order the game. It'll give you the beta code. As soon as you have your code, all you need to do is cancel the pre-order before you get charged for it. So that's a little workaround on the PS4 end of things. On the Xbox One side of things, what they figured out is to go to Amazon, pre-order the game that way. That gets you your beta code, and then do the same thing. Just cancel your pre-order so you're never actually charged for it. So anyone looking to play the Division beta, that's a free way to do it. Just, again, keep in mind that you want to cancel it fairly quickly. So yeah, that's the Division beta. Another thing I wanted to talk about is Sony SEC of Japan will no longer be stationed in Japan. Not only is it moving, but they're changing their name. Now Sony will be going under the alias of Sony Interactive Entertainment, and they will be ran out of one building in California. So there was already an operations in California, so the Japan side of things, they're just going to mold into one unit and run out of the California branch. So speculation as to why this is taking place is because the Western market is where the PS4 is really dominating, and it's where the brand is growing. And over in Japan, console sales are kind of diminishing, and mobile gaming is really taking over in Japan. So this is kind of a sign of, Sony just, trying to grow their brand out in the States, which I'm happy for because I want to see the, consoles continue to grow here in the States. I'm not a huge fan of mobile gaming. It may be something cool, in the future, but as of right now, touchscreen integration and, just the games in general don't really entice me. What do you think about Sony moving to California? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what your speculations are, and let me know what you think about it. Another thing that I wanted to talk about this week is some cool deals going on PSN. So if you're into The Witcher 3 and you like avatars, and if you don't know what an avatar is, it is the picture that appears right next to your gamer tag. So it was announced that The Witcher 3 will be giving away, I believe it's 5 free avatars on PSN, and again, that's absolutely free. So if you're a fan of The Witcher 3 and you're a fan of, custom, avatars, go ahead and get those on the PlayStation Network. Another thing going on is they're having a weekly PlayStation sale. It's running from January 26th until February 1st, 2016. And first one I want to talk about is the Square Enix sale. And so right now you can get Final Fantasy A Realm Reborn for $10, or you can upgrade to the Collector's Edition for $20. You can get Murdered Soul Suspect for $7.50. You can get Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition for $10. You can get Thief for $7.50. And you can get Tomb Raider Definitive Edition for $7.50. Now, keep in mind, this is not the new Tomb Raider that came out. As of right now, that's an Xbox One exclusive until late in the year. I believe December it'll be coming to PS4. So, yeah, Tomb Raider, this is the one that came out a little over a year ago. There's also some Vita and PS3 sales that I'm not going to get into. I like to kind of stick to current gen technology. If you want to see the entire list, just go to PlayStationLifestyle.net where you can get all that info. The other sale that they got going on for the PS4 is they have Assassin's Creed Syndicate Helix Credit Extra Large. I'm not really sure what that is, but it's $25. Any fans of Assassin's Creed probably know what that is. You can get Dead or Alive 5 Last Round Story Mode for $8.95. You can get Last Round Core Fighters, which is a 30-character set, for $28.04. Or you can get the Dead or Alive Season Pass for $55.79, which I would assume has all that included. Far Cry 4 is on sale for $19.80. or you can get the gold edition for $27. And the season pass for Far Cry 4 will run you $15. Or you can get the DLC, which is titled Valley of the Yetis, which basically, you fight Yetis, and that's, what is that one? That's $7.50. What else do we have here? I believe that's it for the sales. Yes, it is. That's about all I have for you this week for Half Hash. If you have any, comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. Again, this is a smaller, shorter episode as, we had some audio issues. So next Thursday, look for a full fleshed out, Hash It episode, and we'll have Nate back on here. And I do apologize, but, these things happen. That's the way technology is. Sometimes it wants to be a pain in the ass. The good news is we learned from our mistake, and we figured out a better way to record the show, actually. So, we're a work in progress. I consider us under construction until we really figure this thing out. So, thanks for taking the ride with us, and I look forward to seeing all of you next week. Have a nice day, everybody.